live. Kristen, I cannot imagine what this is going to be like Monday night. Not what you expect in Tiger Country.
I know, Catherine, right? Like, New Orleans is known for their local flavor. There's a lot of local restaurants, and we found one, Alabama Haven, hidden away only a few blocks from where we're staying.
Sure, that's right. I'm told by Major Gene Hillhouse with the Columbus Police that foul play is suspected. Now, we're barred by crime scene tape here at the Village Apartments off of Cherokee Avenue. Coroner Bill Thrower just walked over and about to deliver a statement to the media here. Now, I'm told that police were brought onto this scene around 2 o'clock
this afternoon. Not far from where we're standing right now. That search actually ended about 2 hours ago, where they found a second drowning victim from over the weekend. That is 20-year-old Marvin Bryson.
In uptown Columbus, and hopefully bring that same environment to the Liberty District. Now, if you look over here, you'll see these huge concrete slabs weighing at about 41,000 pounds each. These things will be put into the ground here on 6th Avenue to hopefully control some of that flooding that happens here when it rains or when storms come through the area. We're expected to see that the bulk of this project take shape here in about the next 24 months, and we'll just keep our eyes on it and keep you updated on the latest that's coming up here in the Liberty District as it develops.
So what's the verdict, Taylor?
Barbara, the verdict is not guilty. Now, the jury deliberated for about 3 hours and came back in Judge Allen's courtroom and said that Marquise Roberts and Trey Thomas were not guilty of malice murder and felony murder.
A miracle. The supporters of Troy Davis say that in 2008 that miracle came and he was actually granted that stay of execution. You can hear behind me the supporters are getting louder.
We start in Jackson, where Taylor Barnhill joins us now live. Taylor, what is going on there right now?
Well, Jason, I have to tell you, the scene out here has changed completely from what we've seen maybe an hour ago. We went from Troy Davis supporters and people who are against the death penalty. We went from them cheering to crying to chanting and hugging each other.
This is a very highly rated, this is a coveted award, the Expert Field Medical Badge. It is one that it really takes a lot to go into it in terms of planning, and then for the candidates to be able to execute and demonstrate their proficiency on each one of the performance measures. It means that the soldier or officer has demonstrated their excellence or expertise in delivering medical care, not just in a fixed facility, but also on the battlefield under austere conditions.
Medic, you gotta hurry! You gotta hurry!
And difficult barriers and obstacles. To be able to maintain the safety of the casualty from the point of injury to when they're evacuated to higher levels of care.
Where to lift?
The training is very extensive. There's some of it that's done at the unit level. While they've been out here with us, we've had them stay in the field environment. There's early hours and late nights. Each of the performance measures that the candidates will be tested on, they've been exposed to, explained to, and have the opportunity to demonstrate before testing.
I would say 120 hours is about right. We've spent a lot of time out here. We've trained up. We've done a lot of training to learn these tasks. I feel really optimistic, though. I'm putting everything I have into it, and we'll see how it goes. There's added pressure, but it's that old saying of slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's just staying calm and completing the task, like I said, the standard.
I'll let you fix it.
Go ahead and take cover. Cover his side.
EFMB, it is what, it's got that title for a reason. It's the Expert Field Medical Badge. So, it means a lot to earn this. It's very coveted, very, difficult, highly respected badge.
I know this is really important. Working together with all my other battle buddies out here, just trying to get this badge.
Keep moving, keep moving. Lift.
I would be absolutely ecstatic, actually be able to put that on my uniform.
There you go.
All right, you're going to the Iron Bowl. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. Come on, let's go get that ticket.
No. Kickoff return. Touchdown, Brady.
This Lee County man thinks he's won one of the hottest tickets in town to the Iron Bowl, but in fact he's won a trip to jail for failure to pay more than $30,000 in child support. Let's take a look at the takedown.
Yeah, well, I'm Dennis Harrell from Lee County Sheriff's Department. We have a warrant for your arrest for child support.
One after another, dads and moms wanted for failure to pay child support walked into a fake tailgate party set up by the Lee County Sheriff's Office at a vacant building. Now, the parents thought they had won Iron Bowl tickets because that's what this letter sent to them by a fake fan group set up by the Sheriff's Office told them.
I am now a winner of the Auburn University for 2 free tickets. Thank you.
James Johnson couldn't wait to get his hands on the Iron Bowl tickets, but his smile quickly faded when he was told the real reason he was here.
Take him down. Take him down. I'm down. I'm down.
What you said?
I'm down.
Easy, guys. All right.
Okay.
You got a cuss on him?
Got one on. Hey, relax, man. Relax. You're making this harder than it has to be, sir.
It was a different story when it came time for Alexander Pitts to be arrested.
Mr. Pitts, let me introduce myself. I'm Dennis Harrell. I'm with the Lee County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
And we have a warrant for your arrest for child support. You want to turn around and put your hands behind you?
Well, thank you.
Pitts actually thanks deputies for arresting him. And even after they find what appears to be marijuana in his pocket, Pitts still never gets upset. Mr. Pitts, do you have anything to say?
No, ma'am. I'm still happy.
You're still happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you happy? You're about to go to jail.
Because guess what?
What?
I just pay the money and get back out of jail. That's all it takes. You know, ma'am?
Do you want to say anything about not paying your child support? Do you have any reason for not doing that?
No, ma'am. I don't have any reason not paying the child support because I take care of my kids anyway. And my son, now, he's at my house right now, the one I pay child support for. So you can say deadbeat father or anything you want to say, but I take care of mine.
Now, this man isn't going to jail for failure to pay child support, but he did pick the wrong day to use the wrong name. What's your name?
Gary Jenkins.
Fantastic. What do you think?
This is awesome.
You see, this guy really isn't Gary Jenkins. He just assumed his brother's name in order to get the tickets. But he quickly admits to lying when the handcuffs come out.
All right, hold on, guys.
Hey, are you Ronald or Donald?
Donald.
What are you lying for?
I got my brother's papers there, man.
Donald Jenkins is going to jail for giving false information.
Friends, I am with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. I'm a deputy sheriff, and we have a warrant for child support for your arrest. There are no tickets.
Oh my God, I have my niece with me.
Okay.
After their arrest, the parents are taken by bus to the Lee County Sheriff's Office where they meet with the court administrator. They're given a choice, either pay a percentage of what they owe to their children or stay in jail until they can see a judge on Monday.
The total amount in dollars of child support owed by those that have been arrested at this point is over $250,000.
I want to send a message that if you haven't paid your child support, we're going to get you one way or the other.
Lee County Sheriff's deputies say Operation Iron Snare has been a success, and they say they plan on doing other operations like this in the future, but they'll just have to come up with something even more creative than a ticket to the Iron Bowl. Reporting in East Alabama, Elizabeth White, WTVM News Leader 9.
One by one, these soldiers jump with nothing around them except an airplane and blue sky. This is Airborne School on Fort Benning, but before they can become airborne qualified, they have to go through training.
Just go straight to work bench.
That's where Jump Master Sergeant Lauren Bailey comes into play.
It's hard work, it's long hours, but it pays off. We train the paratroopers of the United States Army, and that's a really big accomplishment in my book.
There are about 115 airborne instructors in the school, known for the signature black hats that sit on their heads. The 25-year-old is one of only 10 female black hats that help to train soldiers from all branches of the armed forces on how to jump out of planes.
I'm a little more tough just because the majority of the people going through the school are Rangers, infantry. They're all men. And so they've got this female that's airborne, and you kind of have to prove yourself and be hard.
First Sergeant Krista Cuney, also a jump master, has many duties. One of those is helping to manage the airborne school. She says it's important for women to be role models for other soldiers.
Don't let your gender hold you back, and always look forward and try to be the best that you can be in whatever it is that you choose to do.
It most definitely makes me want to set a standard and to show females that you don't have to be, average. You can actually accomplish more.
This is a normal day for Kayla Stewart, suiting up in gear that looks like it could outweigh her.
We have to earn our respect here, just like anybody else. But you know, sometimes I think it's a little bit tougher because we are girls, and this is a guy's world. So we kind of have to earn our keep for them to want to keep us.
For about 5 years, this 37-year-old has been a firefighter and paramedic for Columbus. Today, she helps train firefighter hopefuls in a live fire simulator. But even during the dirty and potentially dangerous work, she adds a bit of feminine flair.
We have our manicures, we do our hair, but the only thing with me is, and I'm sure the other girls do too, is you have to wear waterproof mascara.
This single mom has to juggle raising her teenage son and working 24-hour shifts on the job.
Just had to incorporate my family, my friends, trust with him. You know, he's a boy. He tested the limits sometimes, but for the most part, just communication and. He had to understand the job that I was in.
While she says the guys give her a hard time about being a girl, it can come in handy when it counts.
We all have our strengths, and I'm smaller compared to some of my other guys, so I can get in places they can't, and they can lift stuff that I can't. So, I mean, we work together as a team.
With her taser and pink handcuffs, Charlotte Riley gets ready for her day. For nearly 30 years, she's been a bondsman, helping to bond people out of jail, but hunting them down if they don't show for court.
We have our tasers, we have our guns and whatever, and we're not there to try to hurt anybody. You know, we're there to say, hey, you gotta go to court. We gotta take you in.
As owner of A1A Bonding Company, she teams up with men bounty hunters and bondsmen, scouring Columbus, going from house to house in search of their clients who didn't honor their agreement. We bond you out, you go to court. But she says dealing with people accused of anything from traffic violations to more serious crimes like burglary has never scared her, even if she is the only woman in the pack.
I'm more of a mother figure, you know, to most of the people that we get out of jail. Like a lot of them call me Mom. A lot of them call me Auntie. You know, they rarely ever call me, they don't call me Charlotte, or they call me just Miss Riley.
The 58-year-old says it's a chance to help others, whether it's showing an accused criminal the right thing to do or keeping your neighborhood safe by getting someone potentially dangerous off the streets. And for her, it's addictive, and there's no end in sight.
Once you get in it, it's just kind of hard to get out of it.
You ready?
Set,
go.
Yay! We have the grand opening, the ribbon cutting for this village center. It's a 6,000 square foot resident amenity with pool, with splash park. We have a game room. And today really is to kick off the summer and to hopefully provide this amenity to our residents so that they can relax more when they're at home here at Benning.
Don't you dare! Don't you!
I don't think a lot of people realize how quickly it was going to be put up. And now that it was open up for Memorial Weekend, people were super excited. We had other residents from other villages coming to check it out. And this is by far our nicest pool and our nicest splash park. Well, basically, it's so hot out here right now, and these kids, they get to come, school's out, they get to come out here and get in the splash park and dive right in and cool off. The mothers are out here, the fathers come. It's just a good family environment.
Most definitely. Keeps the kids preoccupied and let all the families hang out and play together.
Alternative to the 100-degree heat, right?
Absolutely. It's very hot out here.
How you like the pool?
Good.
Is it really cool?
Yes, it is really cold.
This is important. It keeps the residents, it keeps them here local in their villages. They can come to the splash park instead of driving all over somewhere else looking for another pool, looking for another village center. They have this one right here outside their back door.
I came here yesterday and today.
It's
it's a very cool place. It's probably one of the nicest pools on post that I've seen so far.
Dave, today's SEC championship game was a tale of two very different games and two very different teams for both LSU and for Georgia.
I mean, it's exciting. It was exciting. You know, we were in the big game where we wanted to be. So, from a defensive standpoint, you know, we just wanted to come out and make a statement and show that we were just as good.
The Georgia defense shut down LSU in the first, giving up only 12 yards of offense and not allowing a single first down.
We got an out formation. They was just sending blitzes all day. They knew we was going to run it, so they just kept blitzing all day. They was sending like 8-9 men in the box.
But LSU emerged from the locker room to start the second half as the #1 team in the country, playing with the dominance that we've grown to expect.
The second half, you know, came out, I think, like 2 plays back to back. They got the ball like right on between the 20 or so. You know, for a good football team, you know, right down the 20, you know, that ain't very hard to do, you know, especially some big guys and quality running backs they have.
LSU rattled off 35 unanswered points in the second half to take a commanding lead.
A lot of missed tackles on our part, being out of place, you know, and I mean they fought, you know, we did too, but I mean they definitely stepped their game up from the first half.
For Georgia, turnovers were the difference maker in the second half. 1 fumble, 2 interceptions, all 3 resulting in LSU scores.
They just made more plays. You know, we turned the ball over a few times, and you can't do that. And like I said, we didn't execute when we needed to in the red zone and you know, throughout the game. So. Like I said, you got to give them a lot of credit. They played a heck of a game. They're a heck of a ball team.
We said they'd go to the beginning of the season in January. We said we were going to do it, and we did it. We got to win the West. Now we win the conference. We got 1 more game.
LSU still perfect, 13-0, and just like the past 6 seasons, the SEC champion will now play for a national championship. Reporting in the Georgia Dome, Kristen Gold, WTVM Sports Leader 9.